So we're going to do a continuation today of what we've been doing, okay? So what I want you to do is just tell me when you look at something like this, what's the easiest way, the best, or the most straightforward way to solve it? What should I do here? Pardon me? So first of all, yeah, so what will always work is multiplying by the common denominator, okay? What can save you some time is saying, okay, look, these things all don't share the same denominator, but do any two of them share the same denominator? Do any two of them share the same denominator? Yes. So I could combine two of those and make this problem a little bit simpler. So I could write this as 4 over 5 is equal to 7 over x minus 15 over x. Okay. What's 7 over x minus 15 over x? Negative 8. So this is 4 over 5 equal negative 8 over x. Now, which of these problems is easier? Does this problem look easier or does this problem look easier? That one looks easier because you've got fraction, equal fraction. You can cross multiply and get what? 4x equal negative 40. Therefore, x equal negative 10. Okay? Now, it will also work if you don't see that. If you were to multiply everything, what's the common denominator here? Guys, what's the common denominator? 5x. I could multiply everything by 5x. So that gets rid of all the fractions, and I would have what? 5, so that's 50, so this would be 75 plus the 5 over 5 cancels, 4x equals 35. And then this tells me that 4x equals minus 40, or x equal minus 10, okay? So I can do it. There's a little bit more arithmetic, a little bit more algebra involved, okay? So if you can simplify by adding two things together, please do that to make the problem a little bit easier. Let's look at the next one here. So in this one, what's the common denominator? X times x plus 7, right? Are there any of them that can be combined right now? They each have different denominators, so the answer to that is no. So I need to multiply everything by x plus 7. So I'm going to multiply this whole equation by the common denominator. So what happens when I multiply the first term by x plus 7? What do I get? I should be hearing the answer. What's this? What's x plus 7 times 12 over x plus 7? 12x. Okay, that's the first term. Equal. What is 1 times x plus 7? Yeah, that's x plus 7. What is negative 12x times x plus 7? That's minus 12 times what? X plus 7. Okay. What kind of equation is this? Quadratic. Okay, I'm going to see it's quadratic because I'm going to have an x times an x squared. So this is 12x equal x squared plus 7x minus 12x minus, what's 7 times 12? 84. So I want this to be equal to 0. Let's subtract 12x from both sides. So I get 0 equal x squared. What is negative 24x plus 7? What is that? Negative 24 plus 7. Come on, guys. Negative 17x minus 84. Okay. What are the factors of 84? Well, it's 1 in 84 2 and 42, 3 and what, 28, okay, 4 and 21. Do any of those look like they could combine to give me 17? Yes. Well, 7 minus 12 minus 12. So that's negative 24 plus 7. Which of these can combine to give me a 17? Yeah, the 4 and the 21, if the 21 is negative, okay? So this is x minus 21, x plus 4 equals 0. Therefore, x is equal to what? 21 or negative 4. What are the exclusions here? X cannot be what? Come on, guys. What are the exclusions? Yeah, 0 and negative 7. So neither of my answers violates the exclusion. So x is equal to 21 or negative 4. Okay, look at this one. What is it you always want to do if you can? Starts with an F. Factor. Okay, is there anything here that can be factored? Yeah, the x squared minus 1 can be factored. So this problem turns into 7 over x minus 1 minus 5 equals 6 over x plus 1 x minus 1. Okay, so what is the common denominator? Yeah, x plus 1 x minus 1. So I'm going to multiply everything by the common denominator. So x plus 1 x minus 1, and it's going to be multiplied by this entire equation. Okay. Now, what I've been doing in my head, I've been saying like, okay, we'll multiply this by this. If you have to do this, and please don't, there's no shame, it's just extra writing. If you have to write it down every step to keep from making mistakes, that's fine. So you could write x plus 1, x minus 1 times 7 over x minus 1. That's the first term. Minus 5, x plus 1, x minus 1 equals 6 over x plus 1, x minus 1 times x plus 1, x minus 1. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. All I did is I multiplied every term by x plus 1, x minus 1. Then you can, sometimes it's easier to see how this simplifies. And then here, both of these cancel out. So what am I left with? Yeah, 7x plus 7. Okay, not so, I was distributing. So 7x plus 7, and this is minus 5. I'm going to have to multiply this back together. So this is x squared minus 1 equals 6. Okay. So this is 7x plus 7 minus 5x squared plus 5 equals 6. And I need to get some extra space here. So let's just see, this is going to be negative 5x squared. Let's see, I can combine the 7 and the 5, that's 12. So then I'm going to have what, plus 7x plus 12 equals 6. I can subtract 6 from both sides. Negative 5x squared plus 7x plus 6 equals 0. Okay. I really never do like having a negative in front of that x squared term. How can I rewrite this where I don't have a negative? Yeah, I can just multiply everything by negative 1, and I get 5x squared minus 7x minus 6 equals 0. So now I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to give me what? negative 30, and add to give me negative 7. Are there numbers that do that? Yeah. What about negative 10 and 3? Those multiply to negative 30 and add to negative 7. So I rewrite this in order to factor by what method? Starts with a G. Yeah. I can't decide if you guys are just stonewalling me, but we've done this factoring stuff for quite a while. So factor out an x times 5x plus 3. Copy down that minus sign, and then you can factor out what, a 2, and you're left with 5x plus 3. Wait. I did a mistake here. That's a minus 6. So it's a plus 3. So this is what, x minus 2 times 5x. 5x plus 3 equals 0. Therefore, x is equal to what? 2 and what? Negative 3/5. What are the exclusions in this problem? X cannot be what? 1 or negative 1. So I'm good. So those answers both work. So these are the solutions to that problem. So don't forget how to factor quadratics, even the ones that start with a non-1 in the quadratic term. Okay, look at the next one. What's the common denominator? 2x times what? Times x plus 1. Now, can I simplify this before I do anything? Yeah, 2 of those terms have the same denominator. That means they can be added together right now. So I can rewrite this as 3 over x plus 1 equal 3 over 2x plus 5 over 2x. What's 3 over 2x plus 5 over 2x? 8 over 2x. So this is 3 over x plus 1 equal 8 over 2x. As long as I'm simplifying, what's 8 over 2? 4. I can write this as 3 over x plus 1 equal 4 over x, right? 8 over 2 is 4. Now what can I do? Yeah, now I can cross multiply. This is 3x equal 4 times x plus 1. What kind of equation is that? It's a linear equation. That's an algebra 1 equation. So you've got confidence that you did this in 8th grade. So 3x equal 4x plus 4. How do we solve this kind of equation? Yeah, we get all the x's together and all the not x's together. So if you subtracted 4x, you would get negative x equal 4. Therefore, x is equal to what? Negative 4. What were the exclusions here? X cannot be what? Negative 1 or 0. So this answer is fine. Okay? And a couple more, and I think we're done. Now, this is what you are not to do on this problem. X plus 1 cancels out. This answer is 1/2. What is wrong? What is wrong with that? Yeah. If you do this, it gets put up in the teacher's lounge on the bulletin board, like examples of like, yeah, like, well, we don't say it that way, but, you know, we think that. So anyway, so if you copied this down, please get your eraser out. Don't do this, okay? That's called making stuff up. And if you don't like the word stuff, sometimes we have a different word we use for that, but we'll not go into that. So x plus 1 over 2 equal 1 over x plus 1. I have fraction equal fraction. I can the common denominator is 2 times x plus 1. I can multiply both sides, but this is easier just to do what? Cross multiply. So this is x plus 1 times x plus 1 equal 2. Okay. You don't multiply this and get x squared plus 1. Okay, does everyone see that? You can't multiply x plus 1 times x plus 1 and get x squared plus 1. That's bad math as well. So what do I do here? There we go. Okay, so what do I do? Yeah, x squared plus what? Yeah, we'll go with 2x. Yep, plus 1 equal 2, right? Is that what you're saying? I thought you were trying to get ahead of me. You were taking a nap there, right? So subtract 2 from both sides. So this is x squared plus 2x minus 1 equals 0. Are there numbers that multiply to give you -1 and add to give you 2? Now, so what are the factors of 1? 1 and 1. What are the factors of -1? It's 1 and -1. That's all I can do. You add them, you get 0. So this one does not factor. So x has to equal, you know and love the quadratic formula, -b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So this is -2. This is what, 4 plus 4, which is what? 8. -2 plus a square root of 8. All of that over 2. How do I simplify the square root of 8? That's the square root of what? 2 times 4. Okay. So -2. You guys are acting like you had a test or something today. So I'm sure the math was easy because you guys have great teachers. So, I mean, that's just like. Okay. This one, the 2's all cancel and it's square root of 2. Is that the answer? What is it? You got this far. Don't do any bad math at this point. What's -2 divided by 2? -1. Plus or minus square root of 2. That's your answer there. So don't feel like you're a failure in life if you get to one of these problems and you have to use a quadratic formula. You were born for this, okay? This is your destiny. You know how to do that. Let's look at the next one here. What have I got? What is my common denominator? Yeah, so it's 6x times x plus 4. If you're having trouble with that, this tells you my common denominator must have a 2x in it, okay? My common denominator must have a 3x in it. Well, so let's put a 3. Well, I've already got an x, okay? So it's got to have a 2, an x, a 3, and an x. A 2, an x, a 3, and an x. And it also has to have an x plus 4. So this common denominator is 6x, x plus 4. So I'm going to multiply the entire equation by 6x, x plus 4. So when I do the first multiplication, what cancels in this first one? Yeah, so the x cancels. What's 6 over 2? 6 divided by 2 is 3. So I get 3 x plus 4. That's the first term. Now look at this next term here. What happens when I multiply this times that? What cancels? The x cancels, right? What is 6 divided by 3? 2. So what's I'm going to have 2 times x plus 4 times 2. What is that? That's 4 times x plus 4. So again, it was if you look at it like this, it's 6 times 2 divided by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. X over x is 1, and then x plus 4 equal, if I look at that last term, what cancels? X plus 4, so I'm left with 6x times 3, which is what? 18x. What kind of equation is that? Linear equation. So this is 3x plus 12 equal 4x. Excuse me. plus 4x. 3x plus 12, 4x plus 16 equal 18x. Okay. So let's get all of my x's together. This is what, 7x plus 18, or excuse me, 28. So 7x plus 28 equal 18x. If I subtract 7x from both sides, I get 28 equal what, 11x? So x is equal to what? Yeah, 28 over 11. And I guarantee this was not one of your exclusions. What were your exclusions? 0 and -4, okay?